power of you controlling your breathing right now. Feel the power of you enjoying your greatest gift right now. That's you. That's your presence. That's your greatest power. Your power to determine to stay in the present, in the now, and be your true great being that you are. No matter what. In this present moment, everything is here you need right now. So let's see ourselves today doing the best we can in the gym of life. Here we are again. Controlling our minds. Controlling our breathing. One great thought at a time. One great breath at a time. So see yourself doing your best on all the exercises we do today together, here and now. That's your determination. Your greatest power. Power that's the same in you and every human being on the planet. Good morning, determination. How's everyone doing today? What a day again. Great day. Here we are. May not like exactly all the conditions that are going on right now, but we are here right now together, working on our minds and working on our bodies. So here we go. When I say go, we're going to start doing our best jog on the spot, or you can go back and forth if you want to just walk. Remember to keep in mind the safety of the space you are working with. Always keep that in mind. Here we go. When I say go, we're going to do our best jog ever. But you got to see it in your mind first. That's where everything begins, in your mind. But to be your true great self, you also sometimes have to get out of your mind just to be you. Just to be. Here we go. Jogging on the spot. Again, feel the control of you. Breathing in through your nose, and out through your mouth. You always have that power to determine, to take control of your breathing, your mind, and your body. That's what keeps us here and now, in the present. The greatest gift we all have always. Almost there. Keep going. Determination. Keep going. All right. And let's walk it out. Back and forth. Or just walk on the spot. If that's all the space you have. All right, everyone. Let's start off with our shoulder rolls. Here we go. 10 shoulder rolls forward. So the power of all of us right now, watching this, working together on one thing. No matter what's going on, we can stay in the present, right here, right now. And backwards. let's do arm circles forward. Here we go, arm circles forward. 10 forward, and we'll go 10 backwards. Again, feel the power of you enjoying moving your body, being free to move through space. And backwards. Okay, here we go. Now let's do hands on our hips, bend your knees, and side stretch. Alright, and let's twist our body now. So 5 on each side. Keep your feet flat on the floor. Alright, excellent. Okay, let's do 5 push-ups together. Our best 5 push-ups. Here we go. If you gotta keep your knees down on the ground, that's fine. Let's do the best you can. Alright, let's do 5 sit-ups. Alright, and standing up. And let's do 5 squats. Our best 5 squats ever. Excellent. Let's do lunges. 3 on each side. Arms up. Excellent. All right. And 10-second plank. Bring these knees off the ground. Hold it there for 10. Good work, everyone, and stand up and reach for the sky or the ceiling on your toes, depending on where you are. Feel the joy of reaching. If you lose your balance, get back up again. Never give up, no matter what. All right, now let's reach for our toes, straight knees. Again, feel the joy of the process of you reaching. Trying to go a little bit further than last time without hurting yourself. You know the truth about you and how much you can do right here, right now. Okay, and come on up again. Let's balance. Grab one leg. Find that balance. Again, if you have to imagine yourself with roots underneath your feet that have grown through the ground fully, deep into the earth, do that. If that helps you. And switch. Notice the power of all of us right now. Controlling our minds, to control our bodies, to control our breathing, and to control our balance. Alright, and now let's hug our knee. Here we go. Bend the other one if you have to. Find that balance point and pull the knee up. Hug your knee, give it a good hug. And switch to the other one. Feel the joy of you finding your balance in this moment right now. It's the same way you can do it in anything in life. All right. Okay.
Feel the magic in the air. Magic System, Red One, Shawty. Hey, yes, I love that. Feel the magic in the Comme d'habitude on est calé, comme toujours ça va aller. On te met l'ambiance à gogo, tous ensemble on fait le show.
On t'invite à la magie, y a pas de raccourci. Oublie tes soucis, c'est bien faire la folie.
On t'invite à la magie. folie. Quand elle vit dans la magie, y a pas de raccourci. Oublie tes soucis. Oh, 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 oh. Ah ouais, Magic System.
Toujours nous.
Ah, ça change pas.
Ah ouais.
Ah, Shawky avec Redouane. Est-ce que ça marche? Ça va pas. On vient du ghetto pour aller plus haut. Avec les magiciens, c'est le Baby Go. On vient du ghetto pour aller plus haut. Avec les magiciens. Oh, oh, oh.
Iniesta, now it comes to Messi, glides inside, pulls back the trigger! Iniesta, great ball, Messi, back on the score sheet. Messi from the spot, wraps it up for Barcelona.
Good morning, guys. Today, Will Smith shares with us another rule for success, and that is don't be outworked. This is the one that we have absolute control of. Every single one of us has the ability to control the amount of effort and hard work we put into something. So Will Smith says that that's the one factor for him that has made him so successful. He may not have all the skill in the world, he may not have all the talent in the world, but one decision he's made in his life is that he will not let anybody outwork him. And it has spoken volumes for his success in all the things he's accomplished. So I challenge you to think about that in your life. What's one thing that you want to improve on and you know you have control over the amount of work you're willing to put into it? So if you can focus on one thing and apply the amount of effort you put into it, you'll see amazing results. Have a great morning, everyone.
I've found in my life that people that sometimes are really good at one type of communication aren't good at like digital communication.
There are all these arguments happening about, is remote work good? Is remote work bad? And the thing that they're all missing is that it doesn't matter where anyone works anymore, whether they're home or office. We're all communicating primarily through virtual communications. Let me give you an example here that's a clear one. Authenticity. People tend to choose email and text-based communication because it's easiest and it feels like it hides your emotion the best, but that's the wrong choice. What the best choice was audio interactions. So that's a sweet spot because audio, whether that's cameras off, meetings, or telephone, it seems much higher effort than email. Chat during meetings can be beneficial because a lot of people who normally don't speak up during the meeting, who aren't heard, they can engage more throughout the meeting. You really want to mix it up a lot. So I often use video clips, I'm using polls, I'm occasionally calling on volunteers to do a couple funny activities in the process because it is easier to get distracted when you're virtual. We often come in with assumptions of interactions about, okay, video's best, or a telephone call be best, or email be best. But we never ask the other person, what do you prefer? For instance, someone who has difficulty hearing may prefer video because they can help them read lips. But even beyond that, some of us just have our preferences.
What about AI? How's it going to impact all of this? And what do you recommend to somebody in terms of using it now?
So AI and communication, my view is
All right, hey guys, welcome back to the show. This week's a topic I wish we would have covered for the last couple years, but I couldn't find an expert on the topic. This is something you needed to hear and you needed to learn about. And what we're going to talk about today is virtual communication. So that's everything from email, Zoom, text messaging, all of it. We're going to talk about everything virtual communication, which I've never been taught how to do, and my guess is you haven't either. Yet it's the way most of us communicate nowadays. And there's no content and no work been done on the topic until this man's written this book. And so he is a virtual communications expert at the University of Texas. This guy's a PhD, Harvard Business School. But more than that, the way he writes, you can understand it. You don't have to be a Harvard MBA or PhD to understand his work, but you can be anybody to utilize it. So he's an award-winning professional. This guy's got his act together, and this book is awesome. The book is called Ping, The Secrets of Successful Virtual Communication, and the guy who wrote it is with me here today, Andrew Brodsky. Welcome to the show, brother.
Thanks for having me on.
This term in your book I love, which is virtual charisma. And I think charisma is one of the most underexplained, invisible things on the planet that winners have. And charisma can come in a lot of different ways, but I'll give you my term when you're done. But in the virtual world, it's very easy digitally to lose charisma when you're an overall influential, charismatic person. Do you think leadership could separate or may be charisma? And how could someone become more charismatic virtually? Any hack or info from you?
Eye contact, looking like you're paying attention is key here. For most of us, our cameras are not where the other person is. So they're maybe between your two monitors, or your camera's on top of your webcam, but the screen of the other person, it's a Zoom, they're on the left side of your screen. So even though you're looking at the other person, to them, it doesn't look like you're looking at them. And taking down notes is really useful. But for most of us, they can't see our hands on the call. Like right now, if you're watching the video because you've got a great podcast set up, we see your whole upper body. But in most cases, you see shoulders up. So if I were to take notes now, it looks like I'm doing the one thing you said would be the worst, checking my cell phone.
But you know one thing I do on my other Zooms? I want to keep going back and forth with you on this. You're so right. I just want to tell everybody what I do on a Zoom, because I don't want them thinking that when I'm on a Zoom that's more closed up, this is little stuff, guys, but it's big stuff. I will raise my notepad up and do it in screenshot and then put it back down so that they know when I'm doing that, what I'm doing. That's a little easy. Here's the bottom line, and then I'll let you jump. Keep going. The bottom line is, when you're in virtual communication, you need to be thinking most of the time about your perception to the other person. And we don't, because it's virtual. We're just perceiving things. So the best people virtually are thinking about how they're perceived. So like when I do coaching calls one-on-one, I'll not say it, but I'll be like this, and then I'll put it back down so they know that that's what I'm doing. So everybody that's why we're doing the back and forth version of the interview today. That's important, that you just become hyper aware of your perception on the Zoom. Keep going, please. I jumped because we decided we were going to do it that way. So
jump in. I love when we kind of go back and forth. Yeah, and you could just say it too. And this gets to the perspective taking, the P framework, right? You think, oh, it's obvious I'm taking notes, but they don't see it. So just saying, that's a really good point. Let me write it down. And saying that you're writing it down as you're looking down, so it doesn't look like you're looking off your computer screen at your cell phone.
Very good.
Or, even saying like, oh, I'm checking my other monitor here. Like I'm looking at the previous report, just dropping it casually in conversation. The assumptions are what is killer in virtual communication, because you realize you're looking for other information to their question. To them, it looks like you're looking away and you don't even care anymore about the situation. And for charisma, it's the cues that matter. So eye contact is key. And so one of the things I recommend is finding ways to make sure that the other person is near your webcam. And the low tech way is drag their screen to right under your webcam. The mid-tech options are there's like hanging webcams you can stick on your screen. There's webcam stands that bend. The more high-tech options are there now teleprompter webcams that are like behind a screen. So you could be looking at your screen and your webcam's still happening. And there's now AI tools that are center eye contact. Although those can be a little creepy if you're looking away and your eyes are still dead center. But beyond eye contact, your background is going to matter. It's going to impact perceptions of you. You want it to be professional. Your clothes matter. That's really key. And the other thing too is in person, it's obvious you're paying attention to the other person. So when you are interacting virtually, one of the most important things for charisma is making it clear you're paying attention. Repeat what they said. Ask them follow-up questions. As you mentioned, nod, acknowledge them. Because we often think, I know I'm paying attention, so they probably realize it. Don't assume that. When we're virtual and we don't see what the other person is doing, we often come in with these negative assumptions. That's part of why so many managers hate remote work is they assume everyone's just being lazy because they can't see them. Even though in many cases, albeit not all, people often put in more hours into their work. It's just not being able to see everything that leads to these negative assumptions. So showing you're engaged, showing you care are the biggest things you can do to improve charisma there.
Very good. One of the things like outstanding, by the way, no one writes about this. And I speak on stage. I do podcasts, obviously. I had a TV show. I'm good at this type of communication. I'm a terrible texter. I am a terrible emailer, by the way, too. People always tell me I come across as curt or short. And I've found in my life that people that sometimes are really good at one type of communication aren't good at like digital communication. And I'm not very good. I'm not a great texter or anything like that. Is that why you decided to do this work? Is that there's been no one taught the topic? And how important is this ping framework that you created?
The main reason why I wanted to write this book right now is there are all these arguments happening about, is remote work good? Is remote work bad? And the thing that they're all missing is that it doesn't matter where anyone works anymore, whether that's home or office. We're all communicating primarily through virtual communication. So even if someone's 2 feet away from you in the office, they're going to instant message you because that way they're not interrupting you every time they have a question. The old way was you'd go over and knock on someone's cubicle or door and ask them, but it didn't matter what they were doing. You just interrupted them. So now there's these good ways to avoid just interrupting what everyone is doing. And even at home, if your kids are a few feet away from you, they might be texting you instead of talking to you. So we're just all doing this all the time. And for me, it felt valuable to be able to put this out there.
What's ping? What's that framework?
And let's sit down and reach for our toes, straight knees. There you go. And feel the gift of you. Trying to be your best, the best you. Not your best compared to others, just your best you. Alright, V shape with our legs, and let's reach for the floor as far away from our body as we can. Again, enjoy the process, enjoy the reaching. You'll never get to an end point. There is no end point. You are infinite. Reach for one to the other side. Everything straight. We gotta learn to love the process of everything we're doing. That's what will always keep us mind healthy, and more importantly, mind wealthy. And switch. Mind wealthy meaning that we choose courage, we choose determination over fear, over giving up. Okay, and let's bring our feet together and gently push our knees down with our elbows. Hold it there for 10 seconds. Always remember your breathing. And one leg forward, one leg back. Go as far back as you can. Keep that knee down. Just feel the power, the joy of this moment right now. mind switch will always win if we control our minds. We don't let our minds control us. It's not the way it's supposed to be. We are infinitely intelligent. We control our minds. Alright, and let's roll onto our bellies. Push the floor and look up at the ceiling. Or the sky, wherever you are. Ready? Here we go. Okay, and legs crossed again, back straight, eyes closed. Breathing in through our nose, out through our mouth. Feeling the joy in every breath. Now, let's see in our mind today the vision we want to create for our best exercises. For me today, I'm going to see myself doing my best on each of the 2 songs I choose on 1 exercise each. So I'm going to see in my mind myself holding the lunge position for each leg as long as possible, hopefully for the duration of the first song. And then for the second song, I'm going to see myself holding a V sit-up position as long as I can. You don't have to choose those exercises. You may if you want. But you can see in your mind right now, whatever exercise you love doing, as long as you're doing it safely. You can dance, you can jump, you can do jumping jacks, lunges, squats, whatever your heart desires right now. As long as you stay safe. You know how to stay safe. You're made of rules, truth, principles that are designed to keep you safe, happy, successful, and free and peaceful all the time. It's a matter of want. You gotta want to be safe, healthy, and happy. You gotta want it so bad, as bad as you want Alright everybody, here I go. My best to hold the lunge position on each leg. What about you? What are you going to do? Whatever you do, remember, your happiness is dependent on you doing your best on whatever it is you're doing. So here we go. Sometimes I'll keep my arms out like this too. Sometimes I'll put them out this way. Sometimes I'll bring them up. Slowly bring them back down. Just enjoying the pleasure of my body. This is pure happiness for me. Working on my mind and body all at once. And I want it for you. I want you to know that the way you do this, the way you control your mind to do this, the way you can do anything. Remember, our body has limits that we have yet to discover, but our mind is unlimited. More importantly, you control your mind, which makes you infinitely intelligent. Happiness is the truth. Thank you. Probably. Thank you. Thank you, infinite intelligence. See that space between what you choose to do when that pain, discomfort sets in, and what you choose to do. That's the challenge. The other leg now. Shake off that burn. Clap along if you feel happy. Hope you're enjoying your exercise right now, wherever you are. Still going. My legs are shaking. I'm uncomfortable. I get to choose what's next. I'm proud of my effort, proud of my determination. I hope you are too, wherever you are. We still got more. Yeah, keep going. Here we go. Let's go. Determination. Let's go. Keep going wherever you are until the song's over. Or if you got your own song on, keep going. Keep going. Love your effort. Love your process right now.
Do the two-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with him. Do the hold down and get into it. Take it to the left now and dip with it. Don't throw down, take a sip with it. Now lean back, put your hips in it. Let's have some fun. To the left now. To the right. Now take your left hand and put it on your side. Gon' roll your shoulders, do the slip and slide. This next part's my favorite part, cause it's time to shine. Gonna do the two-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with him. Do the hold down and get into it. Take it to the left now and dip with it. Don't throw down, take a sip with it. Now lean back, put your hips in it. It's simple, you can do it. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Now cool down, have a good time. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Do the butterfly, have a good time. Round, round, round and round you go. It's time to show out right now and take to the floor. Gonna do the two-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with him. Do the hold down and get into it. Take it to the left now. Don't throw down, take a sip with it. Now lean back, put your hips in it. Take it down now, take it down now. Take it down now, take it down now. Bring it up now, bring it up now. Bring it up now, bring it up now. Take it down and crisscross. Bring it up now, crisscross. Do whatever you like right here. Just have fun. Gonna do the two-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with him. Do the hold down and get into it. Take it to the left now and dip with it. Don't throw down, take a sip with it. Now lean back, put your hips in it. That was not so bad. That was not so bad, was it? That was not so bad. That was not so bad, was it? That was not so bad. That was not so bad, was it? That was not so bad. That was not so bad, was it? Gonna do the two-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with him. Do the hold down and get into it. Take it to the left now and dip with it. Don't throw down, take a sip with it. Now lean back, put your hips in it.
Que el Barça no tiene pegada, bueno, que estuvo muy cerca del récord de goles. Espérate, de Tosa la temporada pasada del Madrid de Tosa. ¡Ay, chuta Messi! ¡Gol!
Contacto ahí.
¡Messi! ¡Gol!
Good afternoon, guys. Determination is the guarantee to your success at anything. If you apply the spirit, the energy of determination, it's really the willingness to put in the amount of work to achieve something. You will have it. It may take a long time, but it will be done. As a human being, you're the most powerful thing in this universe, but it just doesn't happen at the snap of a finger. You have to be willing to put in the day in, day out, choice by choice effort required to achieve what it is you're looking for. And I would challenge all of us to continue to apply determination in finding and bringing out our true greatness, the real true great thing we have inside of us. And if we do that, we're going to see some profound changes in our life, and we're going to enjoy the process as we go along. Have a great afternoon, everyone.
Yeah, when I read a book, I love having a framework. So I wanted one for my book Ping. And the Ping framework represents P for perspective taking, I for initiative, N for nonverbal, and G for goals. So perspective taking is centered on this idea that when we communicate virtually, we tend to be more self-focused. When we're in person, someone's standing right in front of us. When we're doing email, we're looking at text on a screen instead. We're not thinking about the person. And like even during this call that you and I are having on video, I'm looking at a small square of you over here, as opposed to you being all the way in front of me. And that's one of the main drivers behind why we often write things we wouldn't do in person, because we're much more self-focused. And we wouldn't say it if they were standing right there in front of us. I is initiative. And that is the idea that every mode has strengths and weaknesses. And you need to think about, how can I add back in what's missing here? So for instance, text-based communication, it often misses small talk. And small talk, it's annoying because it's a productivity sink, but it's also really useful because it builds trust. And thinking about how to add back in whatever's missing in a given mode can make it even better. And nonverbal, that's the idea that there's so many different cues that occur virtually that we don't even realize, as opposed to in person. So for instance, typos can relay emotion in email. Time of day a message is sent can relay power. When you're doing a video call, your background matters. Should you look at the person? Should you look at your webcam? There are all these different nonverbal behaviors that alter how your message is interpreted. And lastly, G is goals. And the idea here is that there's no one best mode of communication. If you're someone who's had hours of wasted meetings every week that should have been email, you know that emails should be better sometimes. If you've ever had one of those like email chains or text chains that went on for weeks, that could have been ended if someone just picked up the phone and talked for 5 minutes, then you know that sometimes that's the worst choice. So the best choice is going to depend on what your goal is for the given situation. So that Ping framework, I tie all the recommendations into it in the book to make them easier to remember.
Okay, that's awesome. Let's break down some of these things together. We're going to talk about text, email, I think, and predominantly virtual meeting like Zoom. Okay. You stipulate in the book that the type of communication you use sends an unspoken value to that communication, correct? So if that's true, which are the most valuable and which are the least valuable? Or does it depend on the conditions?
It depends on the conditions, but let me give you an example here that's a clear one. Authenticity. It's like a big buzzword now. Like everyone wants authentic leadership. We should be authentic in the way we interact with each other. And so I did some research looking at, well, what mode of communication seems the most authentic?
Okay.
And I talk about 2 different types of authenticity. The first is your true authenticity. You actually feel what you mean. In those cases, the richer the mode, the better. So video, in person, because you want to have that authenticity shine through and be most visible. The thing is, though, most of the time we aren't truly authentic. So maybe you had a fight with your partner in the morning, so you're upset. Or maybe you had a bad commute, so you're stressed. But you need to be happy with the person you're interacting with, because maybe it's a coworker who got something good happen. You need to congratulate them. Or maybe it's a friend who you're congratulating them, or you just want to be positive in that moment, but maybe you don't feel so good yourself. And so that's what we call surface acting. It's often referred to as service with a smile, but we're often doing it not just in service interactions. We do it with our friends, we do it with our coworkers, because oftentimes the best emotion just doesn't match what we're supposed to show. So if you're firing one of your employees because you just have to downsize, your organization's forcing you to do it, for instance, but you had something awesome happen to you. Maybe your partner accepted your marriage proposal. You can't go into that layoff meeting being like, I am so excited today, but I do have to lay you off. That's just really bad for everyone. And those situations, what I found was that people tend to choose email and text-based communication because it's easiest and it feels like it hides your emotion the best, but that's the wrong choice. What the best choice was audio interactions. So that's a sweet spot, because audio, whether that's cameras off, meetings, or telephone, it seems much higher effort than email. Could you imagine if someone sent you, something really bad happened in your life and someone sent you an email about it, who's a really good friend, and they never called you, they never came over? That just shows you they don't care. But the advantage of audio is that it masks all your other nonverbal behaviors that you might show in a video call. All it does is your tone and your words. So it doesn't let things leak through that might in person or via video. It doesn't show if you accidentally grimace or you accidentally smile when you shouldn't. So the nice thing about audio is it seems really high effort, similar to video or in person, but it doesn't have things leak through that you don't want to, that would in a video call or in person.
Let's break this down. I want to talk about voice memos or voice notes too, okay? So everyone lean in here, okay? This is big. This is why you're missing sales. This is why your relationships aren't as deep as they could be. This is why stuff just doesn't feel as connected as it could. So this is important stuff here. I got an email last week from somebody who has my phone number. We text regularly and we talk regularly and we have Zoomed regularly. Yet I got an email. And immediately when I got an email, I thought, that's the coldest way you could have communicated with me. That's what it felt like. And it was a pretty heavy email about some business stuff where we're probably going to part ways. They chose that because it is the least connected way to communicate, and they had the least amount of fear about typing out a long email to me. Its impact, I kept reading it over and over again. So they had no nuance, no ability to explain, and almost no context also. So it came across very harsh when I got it. So I agree with you that a verbal call or a verbal Zoom would be good. I often find, I'll give you another example. I was going back and forth with someone yesterday about, it doesn't matter what it was, but we were texting and it got a little bit, they thought I was more upset about what they had done than I was. And so I'd send a 6-letter response. They send me 9 pages back. We've all had those texts, right? So finally what I did is I voice noted them and said, bro, I want you to hear my voice. Here's the context, blah, 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 blah. And then it sort of normalized the dialogue. So I want to ask you about voice notes. One, I use them very rarely, only to communicate nuance and context, typically when I think a conversation is not being communicated accurately. The reason I do it sparingly is I hate getting them. I think I'm like, okay, you didn't want to take the time of typing me a text, so now you're going to make me sit here and listen to your 4.5-minute long voice note that cuts off every time my phone rings. And so I wonder your feelings about everything I just said in general about voice note for context, and or though the recipient just gone, shoot, it sounds crazy, but nowadays to listen to a 3-minute long voice note, isn't it amazing? 20 years ago, that'd be nothing, but now it's like 3 minutes. I don't have 3 minutes. I got other stuff. So what are your thoughts about voice notes overall?
So to the base point you talked about, this emotion misinterpretation, research shows that we are heavily overconfident about our ability to relay emotions over text-based communication. So the problem isn't just that we're bad at it, it's that we don't realize we're bad at it. And they've done studies where they have people say, okay, we want you to relay a sarcastic message or a serious message. And they say, how confident are you the other person's going to get it? And people are super confident. Turns out they very rarely get it right. And one of the recommendations stemming from this is that a way to fix this is if you have an important message, read it out loud in the opposite tone that you intended. Because suddenly you're like, oh, wait, that is clearly not clear. The problem is when we're writing messages, we hear the emotion in our heads, and so it seems obvious. But the other person, they don't hear the emotion in their heads. They come from a
next one for me is holding my feet sit-up position. Even if I let go, I'm gonna get back up for the full duration of the song. Whatever you're doing, enjoy it fully. Follow your heart and soul. Here we go. Keep going. You can get back up. Keep going and getting better all the time. Even if your body slows you down. Remember, those limits, we're always discovering them. Always. Sometimes I'll change my arm position just to keep my balance. Constantly pushing a little bit more. Go again. Song's still going. We got music in us. Bring out our music over here. Keep pushing. Keep striving. Keep going to find and be your true great self. Focus on your power of determination. No matter what. Proud of the effort. Hope you are too. Here we go.
Take my horse through the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. I'm gonna take my horse through the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
I got the horses in the bag, horse stock is attached. Head is matted black, got the bushes black to match. Riding on a horse, ha, you can whip your Porsche. I've been in the valley, you ain't been up off that porch. Now, can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Riding on a tractor, lean all in my bladder. Cheated on my baby, you can go and ask her. My life is a movie, but riding in
living like a rock star. Spend a lot of money on my brand new guitar. Baby's got a habit, diamond rings and Fendi sports bras. Riding down Rodeo in my Maserati sports car. Got no stress, I've been through all that. I'm like a Marlboro man, so I keep going back. Wish I could roll on back to that old town road. I wanna ride till I can't no more. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
Entre el Dinamo y el Barça. Pica Messi. Gol, 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 gol.
Donde la expectación es tremenda. Messi busca la primera. Messi dobla. El disparo de Messi. Gol, 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 gol.
Good evening, guys. As we go on our path to developing infinite mind wealth, I want to share with you an example from Will Smith. And I've often heard this from him, either in watching videos of him or reading materials based on him and his spirit and his energy of outworking people. And I want to share this with you because it's sort of funny, but it's also serious too because of its effectiveness and its power. So he says when he gets on a treadmill to exercise, he has the spirit of he is willing to die on that treadmill. In other words, he says, if I get on a treadmill and you get on a treadmill, he goes, one of two things are going to happen. Either I'm going to die or you're going to be outworked. And he says, I'm willing to die for it. So it's that spirit, it's that energy that we have to have to develop our infinite mind wealth. Have a great evening, everyone.
A different set of information, assumptions, and they hear something different, and that causes the misinterpretation. To voice notes now. So it depends on the situation here. And you hit on two really good points about voice notes. The first is they are a pain. And there's also asynchronous videos now. So more casually, people use Snapchat, but there's a number of companies now that are allowing basically created technology that you can send videos, personalized videos in email. And this is often in sales context, you'll see this. And they can be a pain to receive. Whereas with an email or text message, you can read it quickly. You can skim it. With a video or a voice note, you got to listen to the whole thing. It doesn't work really well. And then later on, let's just say you said something I want to go back to. In an email, I could just do, Control F to find it, or I could skim it and find it. For a voice note, I'm like clicking around, trying to get to the right part of that. And so it's really unproductive for going back to as well.
Okay.
All that together, though, they do serve a purpose, and you hit on it really nicely. If you're in an email situation or text or instant message or Slack, and it's not going right, something's going real sideways, as opposed to just sticking with that mode, switch. And whether that's a phone call, and if a phone call doesn't work because it'd be interrupting them maybe, then a voice note could be a good play. And it shows you care about them understanding you, that you care about them, because now you're putting more effort into that. If I send you a video, yeah, it may be annoying to go through, but it shows that I really care about you in the process. So what you decide here relates to your goals and the goals of the other person. Is it about showing you care and reducing misinterpretation, or is it a situation where productivity reigns supreme? If it's the latter, then you want to do text. If it's the former, you want to go richer.
Got it. And we talk about richness. By the way, everybody, you're wondering why I put this one out on a Thursday. It's because this is one of the topics all of you have asked me to cover because I'm a communicator. Yet I felt like there's somebody I could go back and forth with that just make it a far more productive conversation on this topic. And so Let's talk about, we're going to go to Zoom, and we're going to come back to text. I want to talk about hacks to make Zoom more connected, more entertaining. You know, so it almost feels in person. Any strategy you have. This Saturday, I gave a speech for a company. Actually, I gave two, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. The first speech that I gave was a company. They brought me on. It was just a dry introduction. It was just a guy at his computer, to your point, not a big background. They didn't play my introduction video like you would in person. He basically dry introduced me. And now I'm just sort of talking into a camera to 2,000 people that were on this Zoom. They also had the chat open with comments, right? And that went okay. The second one I did, when I got on, they were playing music. They were rocking and rolling. They went to split screens with people kind of dancing and, you know, doing like a real live virtual event. There was an energy, there was swagger to it, there was context. They played a quick video of me before they introduced me. I felt like I was at an in-person meeting. They also did not allow chat in the meeting, I noticed, because they thought that perhaps that would distract from what I was saying. Like in a normal meeting, people are yelling out their thoughts. Hey, I've seen this video. You could read this. No one's doing that. So they were very different meetings. The second one, in my opinion, was far better, and I performed far better. Give us some hacks to make Zoom more, and Zoom's not the only one. I'm using Zoom, but virtual meetings like this, because you might not use them. You do Microsoft, whatever, there's a bunch of them. So, but what are some hacks to make it more connected and less distant?
Video meetings, you want to make them really engaging. I do a lot of them. I'll do a lot of talks for conferences and companies remotely, and I teach them remotely as well. So it's something I've thought about a lot. And you want participants to be as engaged as possible. So I'll start at the end. Chat. There's actually been some studies on this that shows that chat during meetings can be beneficial.
Yep.
Because a lot of people who normally don't speak up during the meeting, who aren't heard, and or just they do speak up during the meeting, but there's 20 people in the meeting, so they only get a chance to talk once. They can engage more throughout the meeting. The trick is being mindful and like actually talking about what's appropriate on chat or not, so you don't have 5 conversations going separately. But it may be useful because then people can add in their thoughts more. And that's one of the nice things about text-based communication is everyone can talk at once. And that's a lot more productive. You have 20 people texting at once as opposed to each one has to take their turn. You're having a lot less said in the latter one.
I agree with you. You just sort of changed my mind about that, because I've been on other calls where other meetings where they are texting, and it's created energy. It's spurned dialogue. It's engaged people who may or may not have been engaged. So I kind of just spun me on that a little bit. I want to interject.
Let's keep on that topic for a sec. So brainstorming is a related thing. Everyone loves being in a room. There's a whiteboard. We're jotting down notes. It's all really exciting. But that's actually been shown to be the worst way to brainstorm. It's better when you do it separately and via text for a few reasons. One's that first one. In a meeting, only one person can say an idea at a time. So, you know, if you want each person to come up with 20 ideas, trying to say those out loud in the meeting is going to take forever as opposed to people are typing them. The other thing is when we're sitting in a meeting and your whole team's staring at you, you're nervous to say something that might really diverge from the rest of them because they're judging you, they're looking at you. And then lastly is when when someone says an idea, your mind gets stuck on it. And suddenly all of your ideas that you come up with are just variations of their idea. Whereas when we're all typing this out and doing it separately, the initial stages, that does better. But when you're making a decision on which idea is best, then you want to, because that's a group consensus where you really want to go back and forth there. So that's the idea, like where this relates to brainstorming.
Okay.
But going back to engagement now, what are some other things that are good? So if we're using chat and you want to be thoughtful, you want to give instructions about, let's use chat for this, but not this. The other thing is you really want to mix it up a lot. When I'm doing talks, I often use video clips. I'm using polls. I'm occasionally calling on volunteers to do a couple funny activities in the process because it is easier to get distracted when you're virtual. You got your computer, you got your devices there. In person, if you were to open up your laptop and start looking at dinner recipes, that would go over badly. When you're interacting via video, it doesn't. They can't tell. So finding ways to really mix it up as opposed to just talking for an hour is one of the best things you can do there.
So I'm super fired up. We're creating a bunch of content and doing podcasts today. Guess what I had right before I walked in here? I drank my AG1. I do it before every single show. In fact, I actually do it every single day. I even take it on the road with me when I travel. I would not go a day in my life without my AG1s. It's a habit that actually sticks because you feel the difference. And what I can tell you, most of the benefits for me, my body feels calm, yet I have high energy. It's been great immune support for me as well, and digestion. When it comes to my health, I want something I can trust, and that's why I choose AG1. It's science-backed ingredients, real benefits that I can feel, and it makes it really easy and affordable to get into your body as well. AG1 is now offering new subscribers a free $76 gift when you sign up. You'll get a welcome kit, a bottle of D3K2, and 5 travel packs in your first box. So make sure you check out drinkag1.com/EdMyLet to get this offer. That's drinkag1.com/EdMyLet to start your new year on a healthier note. You mentioned
back on your effort today. Always remember, if you give your best to whatever you were doing, you can do it now, you can do it with forever. That's what makes you a woman. To be happy, peaceful, to be mind healthy and well-focused. Always. No matter what's going on outside. No matter what anybody or anything suggests about you, any negativity, that's all